Here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. It's a chilly Monday here in Cornwall. Not really cold, but it's just that damp chilliness that we get in the winter months sometimes. We're surrounded by mist and it's get in front of the fire and put the logs on sort of weather. We don't have a fire and we don't have any logs. That's the unfortunate thing. Okay. Um, we share abundance, and we are a cloud nation. We are the United States of the world. We're on a mission to banish poverty, and we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. And I'm going to go there right now because if anything goes wrong, it's usually in the link between the app we use the and the Facebook. Somehow things get a bit mixed up sometimes. Okay. So we have Lewis, top of the comments list, closely followed by Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. And as I say, I'm going over to Facebook right now and I'm going to look for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And I'm looking for the 20th of February. I'm going to make sure my speakers are off so that we don't get feedback. So far, so good. Then I'm going to click to expand. And there you go. And we've got Kingsley as well in at slot number 3 in the comments. He's from Manchester, UK. I don't know whether you ever got your deposit to Vortex sorted out, Kingsley. Everybody else has been okay. So I don't know what happened with yours. I've seen lots of people, been able to deposit no problems, especially once they click that little button. It goes through within minutes usually after that button's been clicked. So I'm not quite sure what happened to yours. Okay, I hope you got it sorted out and you're now making money with Vortic like everybody else. And we got Norman in from Doncaster in the UK. Right. As I say, we are a cloud nation. We're 5 minutes in already. Let me get through very quickly. We are an emerging nation. We are now putting in industry because we've put in our foundations. We've got really solid foundations. We have our own economy, currency, social services, currency, and we're now building industries, which I suppose would be loosely termed as business opportunities. Um, we have several of those ongoing, and we're building more and more as we go on to improve our economy and to benefit our members through that because it will boost our currency in value and liquidity. So that's what we're working on. And it will help all our citizens, and anybody can be a citizen. All you've got to do is come with a positive mental attitude and a willingness to share love and abundance, and you'll fit in really well. Okay, we've got Richard in as well from Devon, not far from me. I hope it's not misty and damp where you are, Richard, but it could well be. We get a bit more here, perhaps being near the coast and up a little bit higher. If you go down into Bude, it's probably not so bad. Okay, where are we going to get started? We're going to get started with a short prayer. I think Avazu have got a webinar on today at this very moment in time, clashes with ours. So some of our members will be there, no doubt. We have quite a large number of our members that are also involved with Avazu. But we will be getting started now with a short prayer to help us find true happiness in life. You can't buy happiness. No matter how much money you've got, it won't necessarily make you happy. You will get spurts of pleasure from buying a few of the things that you've always thought you wanted. But after a while, you'll want more and more and more. You'll be still searching for something. You'll have that gap in your that hole inside that you need to fill. And that can only be filled by loving service to others. And once you've filled that hole and you have that attitude of being of loving service to others, you'll find that everything that else that you want and need in life just flows to you, whether it's relationships, material things, it doesn't matter. It'll be there with you and you'll be happy and contented. So we have this little prayer that we're going to get to now that helps us with that. And then we're going to have an affirmation that helps us with our non-separatist ideology of we share abundance. What does that mean? It means that we accept everybody from every continent, country, colour, class, creed, gender, financial status, educational level, background, what you've been, what you've not been. It doesn't matter to us. All we see when people join us is another human being, totally unique, and so with something unique to offer to our community, making you of equal value to everybody else to our community, and so to be treated with equal love and respect. And that is our non-separatist ideology. We don't see the fat and the thin, the old and the young, and the male and the female. We just see human beings. Okay. So, as promised, here's our little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love they may find the joy of service, and through service bless each member, that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need in life. Amen. And our little affirmation. Oh, we've got Ramachandra in as well from India. He is actually a UK citizen. He's from Watford, but he's emigrated to India. He's been there a long time. He will be coming back one day, he says. Not sure when. Okay. So our little affirmation goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, so what have we been up to today? Quite a lot, actually, but one of those days where quite a lot doesn't really get done. Um, Devyani has been mainly working on um, a task in the admin area, because when people pay with a credit card, and despite the fact that we ask them to use the same email address that they're registered with in We Share Abundance when they make their payment, not everybody does. And what that means is that their purchase doesn't get recorded, because we need that email match to tie it up so that we can say, okay, it's this person that's bought that. Boom, there it is. It's in your dashboard. But when the emails don't match, what we do is we get an error message saying no member with this email, and so we have to hurtle around and find out who it is, and we have to do this and then manually process it, and it takes a lot of time, and it doesn't update the system properly. So we've had to put in modifications in the system where when this happens, once we find out who it is and we get their username, all we need to do is put in their username and it goes boom and processes it. But we also need something that lets us know that there is somebody that we need to find, that because we've got a missing payment. And that wasn't there either. We have a log of everything. And if you examine the log, it'll show somebody there. But you don't always get to a log and read through it and find people. So we're putting in or Debbie Allen is putting in, um, a system where if we get one of these mismatches, it will pop up and it'll be there in the admin, and we know we've got to find out who it is and make that process and uh, complete everything. And um, she's been on it all day, really. And we, there are other tasks. We've got quite a list of little tasks to get done now. But we stalled on Remuno while we were doing this because it's important. We don't want people paying uh, and not getting what they paid for. So that's what she's been on today. It will be completed tomorrow and uploaded, she tells me. And hopefully then we'll get Remuno finished. It's well on the way. And Remuno would probably have been done and uploaded tomorrow had it not been for this thing that I felt was more important. Remuno is also important because if people want to pay with a cryptocurrency and they're in the United States or Nigeria, I think Morocco. There are quite a number of places where coin payments won't, won't work for you, and that's who we use. So we're adding in Remuno because they are pretty much global. They operate throughout the United States, Canada, most countries. I think there are very few that you can't use Remuno and complete your purchase. So uh, hopefully we'll get that done. We'll get the admin area updated tomorrow. We'll get on with Remuno and get it finished. And with a bit of luck, that will be either loaded. I think Tuesday night is over optimistic. Sometime on Wednesday, I think is probably a reasonable bet. And then we can move on to some of the other tasks. Okay. We are still, of course, getting the campaign sorted out. We've done our bit. It's with ROI Tips now, and they're putting together the campaign for the turnkey cash cow. And then we've got to make sure it all is up and meshes, and then we can get that going and up and running. And, that will be a big boost for everyone because it will bring in a lot of demand for our tokens. And of course, it will help the turnkey cash cow people who've paid us to make stuff for them. And we'll be putting money back into their pocket. So that is that is ongoing. I'm not quite sure. I was hoping to get to PL's, what's it called, PLC Ultima, and finish up there and find out exactly what's going on. But I just haven't had the time. When I say I haven't had the time, I've used the time for other things. Um, we all have the same amount of time. It's just what we prioritize. So I had to prioritize, in my opinion, other things. Some of it was discussions with Deviani. Some of it was getting a new support team up and running, getting them access so that we can start the training. It won't take long for them to be trained, and it's more a knowing where to look for things and then being able to answer the questions that members have. There's very little really that needs to be learned. Once you know where to find the information on a member, a member might say, you know, I should be active because I've logged in every day, and then we have to go and check their records and see if they've logged in every day. And of course, if they're not showing active, invariably logged in every day, they've, you know, so this sort of thing. It's not very complicated, but it is something that needs a little bit of time and experience. First of all, knowing where to look, and then to get standardized answers out that they get used to. And we have some canned information that they can pull up when people ask a certain question, it's a question that comes up a lot. We have an automatic answer for them. They can just select that and send it out. Boom. So it's just getting used to things. When something's new, it's always harder, isn't it? It's more difficult. But as you get used to things, it becomes second nature. Like walking, we all learn to walk. It's quite a complicated thing, to balance on one leg while the other one swings around and goes to another position, and then you balance on that leg. And but we do it automatically once we've learned. Um, Driving a car is a similar sort of thing, isn't it? When you first get in, it's confusing. There's where's the gear sticks here, and I've got all these pedals, and I've got the lights, and speed. I've got to watch it in the mirrors, and yet after a while, it's like walking. It's second nature. You just get in, and it's all sort of automatic, and you're just aware of everything that's going on around, and it's simple. And being a support personnel is less complicated than walking or driving a car, I assure you. Um, but it does require patience, um, because quite often people don't put in good format what they really want to know, and it takes patience and understanding to sort of delve into it and see what they're really asking. Sometimes it's quite often, I suppose, it's because English isn't their first language, and so they find it more difficult. But we get there, okay? So that's what Devian has been on, and that's what she is on. The debit card program that we are introducing, I've not yet got that in the back office because I'm not quite sure what link we should put in there. We have a team page, and we could put that link in, but that means everybody's got to update the team page. I'm not quite sure what they're going to have as an affiliate page because they're still in pre-launch. I was trying to buy my debit card today, and it's well, you can't yet. Anyway, let's put it that way. They were supposed to be available on the 20th, but they're in the States and we're here, so there is a time difference. I'm not quite sure where they're located. I've got a feeling that they were in Florida, which is only a 5-hour time difference, but I'm not certain of that. But things take time. They always take longer than you expect, and maybe the pre-launch will be extended a little bit. That'll give people a chance to get in. It is a really good deal if you want the card. If you don't want the card, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you don't want a debit card for buying, selling crypto, spending your crypto easily, this card is the way that it works. Really, it gives you your own private exchange. You can add funds from a bank account, or you can put in crypto from other wallets. You can swap them about. So perhaps, maybe you've got some Bitcoin and you put Bitcoin in from another wallet, and you decide that you want to move that into cash for you to spend, or maybe you want to move it into USDT, a stable coin or something, because you think that the price of Bitcoin is going to go down, so you want to hang on. You can do it all in there. It's your own private little environment where you can manage your money, swap it from one section to another. You can change fiat into crypto and crypto into fiat, or crypto into another crypto, dollars into yen or pesos or whatever. depending on what you want to do with it. You may be supporting your family in India or South America or whatever, and you'll be able to transfer funds to them. Um, I think totally free of charges. I'm not absolutely certain on that. I'm a little bit confused from the way that that was presented, um, but um, it will certainly be less expensive than any other way and faster. It'll be an instant transfer from your account to theirs. And um, so if you want any of that, then the pre-launch is a real good deal. I know it's $39 you're going to pay now, but when they launch, you've got to buy a card, and the cheapest card they have is $199, and they go up to thousands of dollars if you want. You know, if you're dealing in millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrencies and things every day, then it's to pay 20 or 30 or 40 pounds. I can't remember how much they are now. I mean, I'm happy with the lower end. It's more than I can ever expect to be. Um, but the lowest priced card, which is a virtual card, is $199. But if you are registered as a pre-launch member for $39, you get that card for $99. And the card that I want is $299, which is all the things that a virtual does, but you can also put it in an ATM machine or pay with your in your supermarket or whatever. And that one, I think it's $299. Oh, excuse me. But with the pre-launch, it's $199. So you're saving $100. And I think if you want the next one up, which is more than I need, I think you save $200 on that one. So your 39 is even more value if you get that third card, which saves you $200. So just from the purchase of the card alone, and you get your bank account and everything thrown in with that it all comes with the exchange and everything, then it's a real good deal. It also, if you're going to promote, makes an awful lot of sense because it doubles your immediate commission from 10% to 20%, and they have a can't remember what they call it now, but it's a sort of pool thing where they put funds from the company profits into these pools, and you get shares in those pools. And in a nutshell, if you're a pre-launch member, you get 8 times as many shares as you would get once the pre-launch is finished. And if those shares are worth, well, even if they're only worth $10 each, and that is unlikely, they're going to be probably in the hundreds, maybe the thousands of dollars. But if they're only worth $10 each, instead of getting, $10 because you've got one share, you would get $80 because you've got 8 shares effectively. You're going to get 8 times as much. Um, Even with it like a $10, it's a big difference, isn't it? But if it starts getting into the hundreds, it's a huge difference. And if it starts getting into the thousands or tens of thousands, which is possible, don't know whether it's probable or not, but it's a huge difference. If you're not going to recommend, you can forget about that. But if you want the card, get that pre-launch before it disappears. It'll save you money. It makes sense. Okay, it's going to save you $100. So you're swapping $39 for $100. You're making a $61 profit immediately. And if you want that card that's higher up, which I don't think many of us will need, but if you want it, if you do need it, uh, it's $161 profit. So it really makes a lot of sense to get in there uh, and get that pre-launch locked in if you want the card. If you don't want the card, I don't know why you would even bother registering, because you can't earn any commissions without a card. So you can't sort of say, "Oh, I'll register and I'll sell this," because uh, without a card you won't be paid. So if you've registered, get your pre-launch paid, $39, or forget about it. If you want a card, get your pre-launch paid. If you're going to refer others, you have to have your card. So get your pre-launch paid. You're going to make more commissions, and it will make your card less expensive. Okay. Um, as I say, I was going to buy my card today. Uh, the sooner I get it, the better. It will help us as a community to uh, convert crypto. Sometimes we have to convert crypto to pay our expenses, server costs, and teams, and development, all sorts of expenses that we have. I assure you, there's a lot of cash goes out every month. Um, so it will help us in converting those, and hopefully at better rates than we've been able to do. Um, so I wanted to get our card straight away, but um, not been able to get it today. But it means that the pre-launch is extended until whenever, I don't know when. So if you want a card, get that pre-launch. If you don't want a card, you can forget about the opportunity altogether, because there's no advantage in registering at all. Okay. Okay, where are we? We have um, a few more minutes. I remember seeing Ramachandra. We've got Andrew. Good morning to you all from New Zealand. Yeah, Andrew is definitely from New Zealand. We've got the next test match starting on Friday. We've got to wait another 3 days before that starts. It actually starts, I think it's 10 p.m. On Thursday evening, but I'll be in bed asleep at that time. I go to bed usually. It's got a bit later now. It's usually about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and and I get my 5 hours in before I get up and get cracking again. Okay, so I'll wake up and they'll have pretty much had the first day played by the time I get up. If it starts at 10 o'clock, six, oh, they'll be into the third session probably. So we'll be able to see what's gone on. Anyway, that's one of my passions, is Test cricket. Okay, we've got Deborah. I need to renew my British passport now. Um, oh, that must be Ramachandra, is it? Yeah, Ramachandra. I need to review my British passport now. Yeah, you've been away for so long. It was probably one of these Euro passports when you left, and now it's a proper passport again. Uh, a British one, the blue one, like we used to have. It doesn't look like that. The old one was really nice, wasn't it? If you're old enough to remember it. It was like a hard backed passport, and it had a sort of white oval, um, wasn't embossed. It was sort of set down, and it was nice. It was different than any other passport out there. The new one, back to being a blue passport like we had, the colour, but it just looks like any other passport now. And a bit boring. Okay. Who else have we got? Richard says, I sometimes find walking difficult after too many pints of scrump. Um, what's that got to do with anything, Richard? Um, you know, it's not difficult. It's just hazard usually, isn't it? um, but I don't know. Have you been have you been on the Scrumpy today already? Um, oh, well, that's where we're up to. I've not done anything, as I say, with the PLC Ultima. I did on Sunday get the farming license, but I've not found out how to add any funds. I've not had time to watch the videos or do anything. And so, but we will be moving forward with that. It is a very sound opportunity. Some things you think are going to be okay, but you're never sure. Um, Maybe like what's the one we're in? Uh, the AM Doge, even though they've got people like Magic Johnson endorsing it and good track record. But they've hit difficulties recently, and whether or not that's the start of the death knell or whether it is going to be okay and they're going to come back stronger, who knows? But you get feelings about some programs uh, like Vortic. I think Vortic is gilt edged. I don't think anybody will lose money with Vortic. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my gut feeling, and from the conversations I've had uh, with Jensen, who is the founder, the CEO. Um, I think Vortic is a really solid and safe, sound plan. Then we've got things like AAS, Afrique Arbitrage Systems, I think it stands for, which I was very, very uncertain about, but was recommended highly by a couple of members that I really respect. Been with us a long time, good solid members, both with good heads on the shoulders, not just "Oh, I'll give a go and we'll see if we can get there." And they both waited for quite a long time, watching it, experimenting with it until they recommended it. And as I say, it would be something that I would probably have said, "Oh, I don't know." But with their recommendation, I thought, yeah, we'll get in. And the longer it goes, the more happy I am with it. And I think it's a good, solid program. Um, I certainly wouldn't put it in as safe a range as Vortic, but I think it's probably safer than AM Doge and some other programs that are out there. I think it's on a par with something like Funds at the moment. I think Funds is fairly solid. Um, been around for a while, pays out on time. It's doing all the right things. Um, but of course, there's no comparison in the returns between funds and AAS. AAS streets ahead on passive income of pretty much anything else out there. So it's a really good, strong program. We recommend these programs because multiple income streams is the way forward. It's the old adage of not putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to be stuck with one plan or even two plans. They can both disappear overnight. No matter how good they look, no matter how much backing the company's got, no matter how big they are. Look at FTX, billions of dollars, highly. I mean, the guy behind it was the sort of crown prince of crypto in the United States and a big philanthropist, and he was everybody's uh, ideal CEO. Boom, it's gone. And that and it can happen to any company, no matter whether they've got billions of dollars behind them, like FTX, or whether they've got hundreds of thousands, or whether they're on a shoestring. They can all disappear. And likewise, they can all prosper and go on and on and on. Um, I think another program recently, I mean, this was put to me by a lot of people. I didn't get involved in it. It's called CAT. It's another arbitrage system. And I think they're struggling at the moment. And I think there is a lot of indication that that program is going to fold as well. So I'm glad we didn't get involved in that one. But we do need multiple income streams because some of them are going to fail. But if we can make enough and have enough that win, we're always going to be safe as long as we've got those multiple income streams. And that includes We Share Abundance. I mean, we've no plans of failing. In fact, our plans are to be here generations to come, longer than any of these other opportunities, longer than any of them. That's what we're building for. We're building for generations, not for a few years. Um, but anything can happen. You never ever know what the future holds. And that's why multiple income streams we encourage. Get involved in as many as you can. Uh, whether it's 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, and you can promote them all automatically through our free downline builder in We Share Abundance. And um, it makes life easy. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'll promote this, I'll promote that." You can just promote the whole lot by saying, we've got an amazing downline builder in We Share Abundance. It's totally free. Join us now. You can even give them a coupon to give them a free paid membership in the Easy Business Builder, and say, take a look at the downline builder, get involved in these programs, and they may say, well, I'm already in that, and well, that's great. All you've got to do is put your existing affiliate ID in there, and it'll build it for you. You don't have to rejoin or anything. Oh, good. Boom. I don't think a lot of us realize the power that is in that downline builder that is in the Easy Business Builder program. It is an incredibly powerful part of the plan, and shouldn't be treated lightly. It is really, really valuable. Okay, and we don't. Richard was here before. We're going to say we've got somebody new in there. Okay, so that pretty much covers what I've got for you. I will endeavour to not only get the support team going, because they're now in there. They're looking around in the what's it called? The support tickets area, support desk. Yeah, desk, I think it's called, isn't it? And they have access to the admin area of We Share Abundance, and they're getting used to what's in there. And it won't be long before they're up to speed. And of course, we have some amazing, what we call super um, support team, super admins that have been with us from day one, pretty much, and they'll always be able to lend a helping hand and give them pointers in the right direction when needed, and everybody working together. It will be a relatively short time before everybody's up to speed. So it takes a little bit of time now to get everybody sorted, but I've got the access for them all there now. They've all got their access, and I'll have to do some basic training. I did have videos. I don't know whether I can find those now, but maybe we should do some new ones because some things have changed. But originally we had some videos explaining how things work. but I may need to do some new ones. But there we are. We'll get that support team up to scratch, and the verification team are doing an amazing job. They're keeping on top of things. I do have numbers. I noticed I didn't even take any out yesterday, so I don't know. We haven't got them for the 19th. Um, but in the last 48 hours, rather than 24 hours, we have a net increase of 11 in our um, registered members count. The net increase, because we take out people that haven't been active for over 2 months. They've not logged in for 2 months, get them out of the database, clear the decks. But we always get new registrations coming in. And in the last 48 hours, we've had 11 more new registrations than we've had people taken out. We have also, in the last 48 hours, had an increase of 41 in our active members. These are people that do log in on a regular basis, at least half of their available days. And Multiply Weezer, in the last 48 hours, we've added another dollar in the bonus pool to 10,080. One day we'll be able to use it and benefit the members of Multiply Weezer. Did I say Weezer? Anyway, it's Multiply Weezer. There's no change in the member totals there, but as I say, the bonus pool's gone up by $1. That you get just from the revenue share, just for logging in. I did actually, while I was, I have what's it called, coin ranking as a tab in one of my browsers. And while I was looking for something else, I spotted coin ranking today, and it did actually show some numbers. I don't know whether I've still got it available. I should have, I think. But having said I should have, I don't see it. What have we got? Aweber? No. Zoom. Yeah. Oh, it's this Firefox browser. It doesn't show all the tabs, does it? That's why. Here it is, and it is showing Wheat Abundance. I've not looked at for Weezer, but it's showing Wheat Abundance with a market value at the moment of $238.50. Not much volume, $10. Coin ranking 4,689, and that's it. So I got quite a shock when I just came across the tab. I'd never closed it out, and it was there because it's not been showing for so long. So there you go. It is in there. And where are we? That pretty much covers it. And we've got Richard Atkins crawling back from the pub. I'm going to melon up now to see who else may be in there. I know we had Lewis in. He was the top of the list, actually. He was in before anybody else from Portugal. And I'm scrolling down to see if we've got any questions or any more people to welcome. No, that's it. So that's us done for today. I'm here every day, 7 p.m. London time, on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. I bring you the updates. I let you know what's going on, what we've been up to, what we're planning, and I answer any questions that people have got. And we are moving forward. 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I keep saying that, and I know that some of you are saying, well, I'm not seeing any huge changes yet, but you will. Things tend to take longer than you would like. I would have thought that we'd be seeing changes in a big way by the time we get to our anniversary in April. We might still be, but it might take a bit longer. Okay, But that's it from me until tomorrow, same time, same place, YouTube, Twitch, and our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly, 7 p.m. London time. Until then, be Weezer warriors. Get out there, share love and abundance, attract into your life everything that you want and need through that, through just being of loving service. It'll happen for you. I promise you. Go out there. Don't think about the rewards. Get out there. Help as many people as you can in as many ways as you can. And you will find true happiness in life. So until tomorrow, I love you all. God bless. And I'll see you all then. I'll feed the same. And I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. Couldn't think of the words. See you later, alligator.